of a man who's crazy and insane, talking to his own personal floating hand. Freaky.
Fuck is that noise, dog?
My window.
That's a squeaky ass fucking window.
There's just rubber near the bottom.
It's a squeaky ass window. I don't want to hear it.
Drink.
It's a squeaky ass window. You missed.
Mug!
You missed. Stop. You missed. Anyway.
Ghostly, as you open the door and make your way towards the entrance, you would clearly see two boxes is on the counter. Hunter. Being able to be marked with your name and Lotus's.
Wow. Just gonna.
Yep, your sword was there, and as well as you have your stack of papers you technically ordered.
And I guess my new jacket would have also arrived since I got that from the tailor last time.
No, that's not instantly.
Oh, damn.
Supplies and repairs are instantly.
Howdy.
Finally done cleaning that thing.
Oh, look who finally woke up.
I was awake.
Oh,
I just had
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
No, I'm just giving you sass. Is that so much? Also, flip, stab us.
Lotus, as
Only something.
you made your way down the stairs, you would clearly see that over on the counter, there's a box with your name on it.
There we go. Thank you.
You can clearly tell that the box was for the papers that you had ordered.
Alright. I can start working on this later. I have class. Should work fine. You feeling better? Yesterday you had a lot of... Oh. You were hurting a little bit earlier.
Oh. You know, I'm good.
That's good. Fair enough. Well, I'm going to try and get some breakfast in before class. I'm taking notes all day.
Soup, I'm going to roll for you. One moment, please.
I'm scared of what the roll's for.
You would know why I'm rolling if you watched last episode. 16.
I
Alright.
didn't fully watch it.
You would have noticed when you were in this area when you walked towards this way, that over by that flower pot, looks to be some local newspapers. And you are on the cover of it, for some odd reason. As you look at the cover, you would see the headline saying, "Local new student. Enough with pants. Decides to take off his own pants in the middle of our local tailor shop."
Wonderful. That's just.
And then, do you only read the headline, or do you look at do you skim through the actual article?
I'm gonna skim through it a bit.
All right. You would also notice them talking about how you did that in front of the princess.
Oh, I'm dead. I'm so fucking. Okay.
Everything good over there?
Yeah, no, everything's fine.
Alright.
Everything's great.
The article also would have gave detail that everyone was there as well, not just her. And the photo would also show everyone in the same room as well. Just as a friendly heads up to both of you, remember 8 minutes till class.
Alright.
Wait, I wonder.
I would offer you one of these, but I don't think you can eat regular food, correct? Oh, you can? You want one? Oh, sorry there. I didn't mean to bug you. We'll move away. My bad. Enjoy your nap. She's taking a nap, apparently.
Must be somewhat comfortable.
You want this, I'm guessing, frosted bread roll? If you know anything about cinnamon rolls, it's just that.
Okay.
Okay.
He's biting onto the cinnamon roll, by the way.
I think I'm just gonna.
Yeah, he let go, so he
I think I'm just going.
got handed a couple of these.
Good.
Yeah.
I want. You guys guys know if I'd get in trouble for just going to the classroom?
We were told to wait out here, so I
Yeah.
would think so.
Don't worry, we'll keep you modically awake. Or
Yeah,
at least here, than functioning. I would hope.
I would think so.
Three sips from Dr. Pepper on my desk.
Wonder if there's anything just about happening. Oh, I know classes are about to start.
Where's the guy with the red hair?
I'm going to take my time.
Reed? I don't know where Reed is. I wonder if he's still in his dorm. I'll check the. See what floats on here if anyone else is waking up.
I guess I'll just make some talisman.
Now, which one was Reed's room?
Lotus, as you came this way and was trying to skim the area, you would have noticed the mission board. Or over here. On the counter.
Mm.
And one of them is a listing to grab resources, as well as medical supplies and herbs. And you can clearly see the person who took it was Reed.
I guess that makes sense. He's gonna be busy most of the day. I look to see like what kind of
Jobs.
missions. Like, I don't know if there's any jobs that are active for
Let's
us
see.
newer students.
You can see a couple that are taken by clearing out some roles that have been sighted in the area. Some are scouting to make sure there's no bandits outside the Capitol walls. And then you can see some that are not taken yet for sewer cleaning things, for such as rats and slimes of other sorts right now. Besides a couple gathering missions. And then you would
Okay.
see that the ones that have been taken for the wolf exterminations as well as bandit scouting things have actually been taken by some of the fellow cadets you've already been able to meet periodically. One you would be able to
Alright, then.
tell by the name of Astra. That is
Okay.
the one with the umbrella.
Yes. How's that one?
And it says
Alright.
she is teamed up with Thor, and as well as give me 1 second. I need to double check the name. 'Cause we have so many damn NPCs, I can't remember them all.
Understandable.
It would be Thor and Miriam. It's a 3-person team.
3-person team.
Mhm.
Well, I'm pretty sure I can figure out something. Be good to actually get some exercise. Though then again, I don't know what class we're having today. So doing combat training, maybe not today, but
You would also notice
Maybe
the
later.
time also is for class today.
well, so the last time is for today to do the missions.
No. What I'm saying is the time set. It's the time that class would start on the clock. that
Oh,
you
okay.
can see behind the board.
Oh, okay. for her or something?
I turned it on.
Oh, never mind then. That was like an
How long
hour
ago
ago.
was it?
Like 8:50.
Yeah, no. I already turned it on by that time.
Oh, I got it.
Hum.
Hello.
Hello, students. It's time for class. Soup, does your name start with an L or an I?
L.
L? Why the hell did you not make it capitalized?
Fine, goddamn. Fucking deal. Jesus.
Yeah, man. Capitalization's important.
Shut your bitch ass up.
How do you pronounce your name again? Lezozek? I do not know that dialect. Leso. If you could, can you please grab Princess Hanako?
Meek.
Yes, the one at the fountain.
Okay.
The rest of you, you may make your way to classroom now.
Of course.
Samuel,
Hmm?
you can make your way to class.
Yeah.
I would have thought, with there being two of you, in a sense, it would not be rocket science.
Look, I get that. But due to some certain things that may or may not have happened, don't think it's best for me to do this.
Princess Hanako, it's time to start class if you would like to join everyone inside. We cannot leave you out here all alone after all.
Bitch, can you like? Sorry, my fucking controller decided to be like, yeah, no,
You're good.
no walking for you.
What are you, princess? Hanako, you're gonna see as he pulls out his lantern, and an easy step up made out of like stairs of ice. Nice form for you to be able to clearly get up top of the desk. Puts his name back up on the board. I thought it's Van. Alright. I'm at least happy to see no one is late. Again, for me speaking. Alright, class. Today will be our first lesson on the curriculum I know and call as Ways of Aether. Before we go into any new information, we'll go over the basics. I asked this one time when I introduced myself, but I'll ask again. Actually, no. I will ask you, since you were late that day. What is Aether? It's alright. It's okay to admit when you do not know something. Aether, as I said the other day, is pretty much the lifeblood of the world. From plants, matter, and all of that. Everything is made out of aether. Even if you cannot see a physical form, it is there, in front of your eyes. No man, beastkin, demonkin, it does not matter, can harness aether in its full state. For in a sense it is law of this world. Now, can anyone tell me where does aether come from?
Well, I would say it comes from the very earth itself.
You are not
It
wrong
comes.
entirely, to a degree. Under our world is what's called as a life stream, where everything that gets broken down and dies, any living organism, returns to the aether that makes up their being and goes back into the stream. We do not have hard facts, but it's theorized that our souls that is made out of aether, when we pass, return to the life stream. Hence why we give it the name life stream. It's also theorized that as our souls are there, they await for reincarnation, made at whatever that takes in the next life, to continue the cycle. It is also why it is theorized that Magitech suddenly gains sentience, because their very cores scratch at that very stream. Now, well, can someone give me a way to use aether that would be common? Come on, you all should know this. Even
Well,
Princess
I
Hanako,
would think.
technically.
I would say at least a variation, mana flow and one's aura.
Correct. Again, to a degree. Did not need all the flashy vocabulary. But I do applaud you for trying to at least look like the smartest in the room. As I said, the two basic ways to use aether, ways of using it. One is aura, and one is mana. Now, we'll go over aura cores, since majority of you are all aura users. For the process of making in any sort of way to make an aura core is that first to make an Aether core. Can anyone tell me how you make an Aether core suitable for aura? Preferably not Lotus. Of course, this batch of students look like they're very much for Rook, not me, again. Alright. The process of making an Aether core for aura users is through meditation to a degree. Bringing in Aether around you and trying to make a cylindrical shape in the center of your chest. Trying to harness the Aether and keep it concentrated. There are many methods of doing so. Different guilds have their own ways, as well as families, the whole nine. Some you can even buy at your local bookstore. However, the easiest way to tell where it originated is that every aura core has what looks to be sigils, engravings, on the very core themselves in the wall, almost like a stamp relaying where it came from. Now, how do you tell how strong an aura core user is?
The layers of their aura.
Correct. The process of training and experience gained from combat, learning of different combat stances, the whole nine. Eventually, the byproduct that is known as aura, that this aura core creates as a byproduct, will naturally solidify. As if making layers, different layers of crust around the core. Now I said it yesterday. How many layers in total has been recorded being able to have for an aura core? Would you like to take a guess? Come on, ask yourself. Maybe your thought inside should know it. Alright. It is 10. 10 layers. Again, another question. And this is a yes or no in a degree for anyone who wants to answer. Can an aura core be naturally made by birth?
Yes.
Correct, it can. It is a very rare phenomenon, but it can. They would be under the classification as quote-unquote gifted. Many different cultures call them different things. To be automatically born with one. But in a sense, they all have a unique, well, not unique, a very common behavior towards them. They're seen as prodigies, potential for greatness, especially in warrior culture. Now, oh, we shall go over the other way. Mana. Now, unlike what we call an ore core, we don't call it a mana core. It's called a mana heart. While trying to form an aether core for aura is centered around bringing aether in and trying to control it, trying to form one for a mana heart, is one of trying to sense it. Breathing it in and breathing out in a degree. To where we'll finally form an aether core that's very much lighter than an aura core. Hence, we call it a mana heart because of its location of a heart. Now, can this one be born?
I'm wishing no.
I would,
I would say that.
from my remembering now, I think so.
It can. These people are normally seen as very much more sensitive when it comes to magic, aether, and the likes of that. Now, I've said it last time. If aura has their crow, if an aura core has layers, crust, what does a mana heart have to show growth?
If I remember, it was rings?
Correct. A mana heart will have rings, the same amount as an aura core user, a total of 10. And it is created as the same like an aura core, byproduct of using mana, from understanding, studying, as well as the usage of the mana. Both will always be a byproduct, the leftovers. Hence why someone just having an orc or a mana heart does not matter in the end if it's not used or trained. It makes a big difference between one person who has one ring and the other that has two. You should always be wary when trying to sense another's strength. Aura core users can very much easily sense another, just like a mana heart user can sense another, engage their strength. It's useful information. And now we will go to the less practical, what we in the world of Aether call specialists. We have two in here now, called Aether Scribing. Aether Scribing is, in a sense, can be used by either core. It does not matter. What's important is the tool they use, called an Aether Pen. It's called that even though they can look like anything. Spear, paintbrush, even a chisel. Can anyone give me a theory? Not you two, since you already know. What makes an Aether Pen so special that it needs to be used? Yes?
It allows them to extend
Say that one more time, Samuel. You're still drowsy. You're very quiet.
It allows one to write down stuff using the Aether itself.
to a degree, but the question was why is it special? It is fine, good attempt. The reason why an Aether pen is so special is because it is not used, it's created by daemon material. May that be hair. It's also why they are most commonly seen as paintbrushes, because daemon hair is a lot easier to obtain without dyeing. The process of gaining daemon material, you have to collect it before it dies. The moment a daemon dies, the whole body disintegrates. Back to the darkness, to a black void. But if you kill the creature after, it stays. Like a byproduct. Now, again, hints like I said, an Aether pin does not need to be a brush. It could be a chisel, spear, etc. as long as it is made out of daemon material. For daemons are created out of Aether, pure Aether. Cursed and blighted Aether. Now, like Samuel tried to make a very much an educated guess that was not very far off. I must give credit to even the guess. The pin itself does not manipulate Aether. Hence why an Oracle user or a Mana Heart user can still use it. For they push their mana or their aura through the pin. And as they write, they give law and properties. With the scripture they write, the Aether script, or ruin. Many cultures can call it different things, but by nature they're called scripts, at least from the origination of the homeland. If I write for a breeze to happen, it will do so. For Aether is law. In a sense, you are changing law in that moment. Now, theoretically, if I said I can put this rune on anything, if I put a rune of fire and brightness on that lantern, what do you think would be the end result?
The flame. Ouch.
What would happen?
The flame will go out.
So
Right, it's a get bigger, obviously.
The flame. Right.
It's a very trick question.
Or if it just burns.
what was the runes you said? A fire and a brightness rune?
One for fire and then the next for brightness on that everyday lantern.
I would say depends on, but I would probably go with, well, like they said, it would make the fire or the lantern itself sort of brighten, and you could also use the runes to control the brightness of the flame within the lantern.
Do you agree with Lotus' assumption? Do you have a different opinion, Talon?
Depending on how the rune or script is writ, it could just set the lantern on fire.
No.
What would actually happen? Because as I said, everyday lantern. If I put 2 runes on this, it'd become unstable. The actual Aether that makes up this object would fight back and pop. Some sort of explosion would happen. In a sense, it's like your Telemann papers. If you write too much on it or the paper is damaged, it doesn't work. and the paper gets destroyed.
Yeah, of course.
You cannot put too much into a script if the object itself cannot withstand it. It's also why, even after studying from the Aether Institute, it is very hard to do these on a human body. Beast can to a degree, demon can to a degree. However, even the simplest ruin can cause extreme pain. And sometimes it can last for a lifetime. But a lot of tests that have been run through the Aether Institute have normally met failure. Now, something interesting. And this is going to be new to you all, since none of you actually originate from this land. It's gonna pick up the chalk. And you're gonna see him draw a circle and then a pentagram inside. Right. And then you're gonna be seeing him on the outsides of the insides of the circle, around this still in between the star points, and what looks to be a formulaic writing. And then a certain symbol, well, that looks almost like a serpent in the center. Before I just give the hint away, well, not a hint, explain what that is. Can anyone theorize about anything? I do not assume that any of you will know what that does. May it be what it is, or where it come from. Any guesses? None. Again, there's no right or wrong answers here. It's just educated guess. A bit of, how you say, humor me.
Hmm.
Well,
I would say
within it, one could say it could be something relating to, per se, sort of like Honor user or Mana Heart. Both an Aura or Mana Heart can, or a core Mana Heart can do stuff that's something close to, with the, at least the writing.
What I drew
I would.
is an alchemic circle. One of the ways to use Aether is a thing called alchemy. And no, I am not talking about alchemy in the sense of potions. Now, alchemy is very similar to Aether scribing. However, while Aether scribing alters the law of the world, alchemy adheres to it, manipulates it. There are different formulas for alchemy. Again, like ways to gain an oracle or monocle, depends on where it's from. Alchemy was created in the West continent. Now, as you can see, it's here. I am not an alchemist. However, just like how many can learn how to Aether scribe, same can be done with alchemy. For unlike Aether scribing, it is not controlled by a pen. It is controlled by the formula. Now, does anyone want to try to read what this formula is? Gotta tell me so I can roll for you.
I will try. Do I
Alright.
need one my perception or?
Nope.
Okay.
Roll 13. Alright. You'd see at the top left of the star, it'd be a formula for flight, for gravity, weight, and distance.
Okay. Well, my guess is some kind of flight spell that has to do with gravity and other calculations for self-levitation, I'm guessing. But it could be
You are
something else.
partially
entirely.
right. However, none of these formulas deal with magic. Does anyone else want to take a gander?
I guess I'll take a look.
You got a 3. You want to try soup? I'll roll for you and Agent just to see.
You
Wanna-
see him look at it?
You fucking squint your eyes staring at it. Alright, Soup, you got a 19. And Agent got a 15.
Dang.
Y'all got lucky.
Jesus Christ.
Soup.
Fat breed.
On the top right, you would see a formula that would mathematically map out the diagram shape of a butterfly from wingspan and thorax the whole nine. Agent, for you, I gotta recall what a stole looks like. Okay, the bottom right would be weight, 8 of chalk measurements.
See, I had an idea, but then that threw me off.
Mm-hmm. If you want, you don't have to be like since you rolled a 19 with your description, you could just say you relayed it back. Heck, with an assumption that would have been accurate to that. Yeah. No, because a 19's damn near 20. However, if you want to have brownie points with this teacher, you would have to say agents once out loud. So do you pass on agents or no?
That one in the bottom corner, right?
Yes.
You're not talking about chalk? Like weight and such?
Yes, it is. Now, Hanako,
That's not good.
do you want to try to get the bottom one?
I can't read.
Then try to sense it. Try to use your mana heart. Okay, never mind. Hanako got a 7.
Oh.
It's fine, Hanako. Samuel, do you want to give it a try?
What the hell can this
Okay.
I mean,
You got a
everyone has to
2,
try
so
it.
it's all good. Alright. Since partially a majority of them are all done, this bottom formula here is for exact location, rotation, and time. And then the last is longitude, latitude. Now, with all this information, what would happen if I triggered this?
I would say that's a teleportation. And since you said something about Chalk's weight, I'm guessing it teleports Chalk to a certain location, certain destination you chose.
Well, why don't we have a look then? You're gonna see his hands come out to his sides. Alright, he's gonna slap his hands together, and then as he touches the board, you will see what looks to be lightning being spark from the board, and out from the circle, from the center of it, you will see what looks to be a butterfly, completely made out of chalk, come out from it. The center of the circle completely gone. And as the butterfly flies, you would see it fly out, go straight to Hanako, and would do 3 circles around her before landing right at the tip of her nose and disappearing. That is alchemy. Alchemy does not change the law of Aether, it follows it. The term we call equivalent exchange. The reason why not everyone can just do alchemy is because you must know exactly what you're trying to have it do, down to the littlest detail. I cannot simply put on a tree, an alchemic circle, to where I get an iron sword. For where does that iron come from? You must know it, and so does the circle. You follow the law of Aether. While Aether scripting has been known for, well, its marketability, it has made the Dominion it comes from very rich and prosperous because of it, to be fair. As well as there's even been scripts designed for trade. However, alchemy is not like that. Alchemy is a trade. Alchemy is one that is taught by fellows or by apprentices. For alchemy is science, not magic. That's why an aura core user or mana heart user can use it. For all it does is from your core connects you, just like an Aether pin. The rune connects you to be able to tap into the Aether. Any questions? Yes.
So, this alchemy, it's a trade. Well, what should I say? You said it came, the kingdom who founded it was in the west, you said?
Incorrect. I did not say kingdom. I said continent from the west.
Ah,
For this was
my
not
bad.
made by a kingdom. It was not made for a kingdom. In the land in the west, there are different signs, different sigils, different formulas. The one I drew on the board was very basic, simple, able to do small things, hence why it had 5 points. The more points it has, the more complicated it can be.
Interesting.
What's the maximum?
The max has been recorded at 10. Now, we do not know all when it comes to alchemy. Not yet, at least. Again, it is from the west. However, from what we've been able to see, it's definitely an ability used by, well, intellectuals. For you must know what you're doing if you ever want to succeed at it. But I will say, this is a way to use Aether that again goes with the law of Aether. You cannot make life with it. You cannot revive with it. Because it goes by the law of equivalent exchange. Hence, like I said, I could not form an iron sword out of a tree. I could make a sword out of wood that would look exactly like it, maybe even stronger than the tree, using its sap to make it more fortitude. However, I could not draw metal. What could equal life? That being said, we do have something in this very kingdom that does use alchemy. Actually, all across this world has something that uses alchemy. Can someone take a guess? I'll give you a hint. It's in this very room. Correct, Samuel. Magitech uses alchemy. The exact Aether cores, or well, what we call Magitech cores or an Aether battery, uses alchemy in its construction. The very cores of themselves have alchemy signatures on them. The sigils, my bad. But that is why Magitech is so a mystery. It goes against law. It tampers with Aether that shouldn't be done. To this day, the Aether Institute is still researching it. And we have, in fact, in theory, tried to use Aether scripting in the same way. And it failed. Every time. The core itself, the battery itself, would actually blow up. Why is that? Theories, please. There is no right answer here, believe it or not. For all we have are theories. Unstable, okay, good theory.
Well, alchemy uses equivalent exchange, like you said. Meanwhile, it follows the rules. Aether scribing
Samuel.
changes them slightly.
May I get a refresher on how Aether scribing works again?
Aether scribing is the concept of bending law. In a sense.
Well, as you mentioned, Magitech by itself innately bends the rules and shouldn't be possible. So bending something further causes it, so using something that naturally bends the laws to try and create something that irrationally bends the laws probably wouldn't work out.
Not a terrible theory. Any more, please. We only have 2 people who have not gave their own personal theories. 2-ish. Even Princess Hanako gave a suggestion.
Also, Professor, is it normal to have 2 cores?
Yes, we've been through this when it comes to Magitech. Is this okay if you do not have any theories? Just simply saying you cannot think of one.
I can't think of one at the moment.
Each theory that we have gotten is very valid and has been brought to the table in the Aether Institute. Some predict it's because 2 break the law together. Some unstable, they believe. In my personal opinion, and the theory that's been making the most circulation in the theory circles, it is a mixture of them all. By nature, Aether scripting morphs the law. It does not break it. It changes it temporarily, while the act of giving life goes against that. Come in.
Sorry.
It is fine. You'll be learning the curriculum you missed via pamphlet. Let me get that for you. You're gonna see him reach underneath the desk, and the quote-unquote pamphlet he pulls out looks like a giant axe textbook.
Ooh.
Here you go. Make sure you catch up with what you missed today. On the chapter of alchemy, you will be asked what that is the next time you see me. Yes, Samuel.
Well, this is just my own personal opinion.
Yes.
But I wouldn't technically count Magitech as having been granted life. I'm sure I have a conscience, I have a mind, I can think, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I have a soul. I'm just being powered.
Well,
And
the Kingdom of Luxinia would agree with that. However, the rest of the world does not. Nor do I, from all my studies, my own research. For the simple fact of an Aether battery, an Aether core, a Magitech core, all of a sudden gaining the characteristics of an ore core or a mana heart, when it was not designed to be, as well as the sudden sentience from choice, decisions, opinion, and personality. Nothing that was told to them to act. So in my opinion, as well as the rest of the world, that is given life. Because we have machines that are Magitech, that do not have sentience, does not gain life, but those never had a Magitech core. They were not designed to have one. causation. Again, it is still a matter of opinion and debate. Gluxinia believes, well, all Magitech is just property. A function of
Well,
code.
If I may continue. You said that alchemy counts as a form of science, correct?
Yes, it does.
And fundamentally, science is based off finding patterns in nature and using those to either
Right.
mix things, create things, and so on.
However, what do you tap into with alchemy? That is the big key factor. No,
The core.
Aether.
Man.
And what is life made out of? What is the soul? Aether. So you see, something designed to use science and logic was used in the creation of something that by nature taps into Aether. Something that already originates in life. And the biggest key factor for this theory is that Magitech cores do not just get born with sentience. It's not something that just happens instantly. It's spontaneous, random. There's no predicting when it can happen or if it will happen. Just like Aether has its own set of rules, it's unpredictable. We don't know all of it yet. So in my opinion, the reason why alchemy is able to succeed, well, Aether scripting does not, is because alchemy does not change the Aether. It does not force it to bend. Alchemy is used in the creation of a Magitech core to make it to generate and harness Aether, to bring it in and conceal it. It does not make it do anything else but that. In a sense, it's what makes its shell work. It's the circuitry, the wiring. Now, with that information, how do you make an aura core and a mana heart? What's the fundamental layer of it?
Described earlier. Gathering Aether.
Correct. It's the concept of making an Aether core, either by drawing it in, keeping it shape, or bringing it in and keep pushing it out. Magitech cores constantly harness Aether by bringing it in to generate energy. And it's constantly pushing it out as well. It is doing both at the exact same time. That is why, in theory, Magitechs, when they gain sentience, can have either or. Because in a sense, the same process is being formed at once. And unlike a human body, or any, Magitech can handle the strain. Yes?
May I ask if there's ever been a study on Magitech created close to or further away from a vein of Aether magic?
Define Aether magic. I feel like you're using that term wrong.
Aether, just...
Aether. So you're saying fundamentally only machine, in a sense. Circuits, etc.
Best way to put it, has there been a study on whether, on comparing a Magitech shell or base model created closer or further away from a source of Aether?
Well, you can never get away from it.
Well, in theory, yes, but there are areas where it's more abundant, isn't that correct?
Abundant, yes. Weaker, no. Again, everything around you, the air, the oxygen you breathe, is Aether, to a degree, with its own set of laws. So to get away completely from Aether is, in theory, impossible.
That's fair.
Places that have abundance of it, sure. There's different types of Aether. There's corrupt Aether, there's blighted Aether. Daemons come from blighted Aether. Cursed Aether ends up leading to cursed land. Cursed lands ends up becoming what we now know as demonkin, when races decide to just lay home there instead of leaving. There's different forms of Aether, yes, but there is never none.
Fair. Well, may I propose an idea I've been thinking of?
You may ask.
Well, if you say that making an aura or a magic core, so on, is involving the layering or circling of either or, gathering Aether into a central location, in theory that isn't always done at the same point in life. Some people could be born with it, some people could take the time to figure out how to do it. It doesn't always happen at the same time.
Yes.
Which in theory means that a Magitech being gaining sentience also couldn't, in theory, be fully random. It could just be based on how long it takes for the layering process to begin.
It's a fine theory. I'm not going to deny you that. However, again, Aether has its own laws that we do not fully know. For example, why must someone be born an Aura Core user? Why couldn't not they have a Mana Heart? What about them instantly decided to put that stamp on? Some believe it plays onto the theory of reincarnation. How do we prove that that happens? There's no way. You would have to be reborn with the memories of your past life. And then, if someone said that, well then they had to somehow prove it. How do you prove something of that nature? You understand, a lot of mysteries are still in this world. That's why, in my opinion, that it is a sign of life, in a sense. Because Aether, in theory, makes us who we are in our soul. We go back to the live stream whenever we die. So, with something of creation that is man-made, harnessing all that Aether over time at a pace where it never stops, randomly gaining that and then changing. It's almost like new life was born. What came first, chicken or the egg?
So what I'm understanding is, from the fundamental study of Aether research, a lot of the correlation is understood, but not a lot of the causation.
Correct. That's why it's theory. The Aether Institute is the main organization, as Rook will eventually teach you all about it. But their job is to find things out. Some of their practices are very unsatisfying, but most times they get answers. But every time we get an answer, we have a new question. But that should be done for today. As much as I do enjoy the talk of theory, class is dismissed. You all have a good rest of your day. Everyone set time to evening. Please, relax and ponder on what you learned today.
Of course. Thank you for the class.
No problem. It's a silly thing to think.
Excuse me, sir, but may I
Yes, Samuel.
ask,
You may.
would it be possible for you to teach me about the methods of alchemy used to make Magitech?
I would have to dig up my research and my notes on it. But I would say, sadly, I'm not really into that field. I know the matter, as well as the research that goes behind it, but in the actual structuring of it, that is more or less Magitech engineers. But I can see what I can find.
If you have the research notes, then past that, nothing can't be solved through good old trial and error.
Hence why I'll say I will try to see what I can collect. A lot of that research and knowledge is under lock and key from Gluxinia, as even though they are an ally of Caduceus, they can be stingy.
That's fair.
So we will see what I can do.
Alrighty.
And that was Ways of Aether. First class of Twilight Legacy. Very interesting.
Was it rude to ask if you do have a brain in there?
No, it really was.
Avatar.
Famine and fucking put famine and a plague on my fucking thing. He got that
I
fucking.
get that.
Yeah.
I get that. But you can always
Hello.
just take back what you said.
Hello.
I've tried.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm assuming by the time of day.
Different
already.
outfit?
Oh, this? Yes, this is the uniform I normally wear when I go out on missions. On errands.
Yes, I see. I seen that you went on a mission to retrieve some herbs.
Yes, the guild owner, as well as the owner who runs this hotel, periodically will put in an application to get some more medical herbs. And me being able to just glance at most herbs or the like can point them out very easily. So I do tend to help.
Fair enough.
How's the
I was
class?
been looking at some of those stuff, but
I woke up
the
late.
class was pretty good.
Very late.
Very
There
late.
was a lot of
You woke up
questions.
very late.
And then when
Sucks. I think
Ether's
Ether's really interesting.
They left me on the table.
With what little I heard.
Mm.
I can apologize. I'm sorry.
Who was the teacher today?
The Aether Professor.
Yeah.
Ah, Aelthir.
Yes.
Did anyone make any mistakes today? For he's a very stern teacher.
Nothing major.
Nothing.
Yeah, I came
Oh, yeah, that
I
was
came in
that.
late.
He came in very late.
Like really,
Like
really
near
late.
the end of
You
near the end
didn't
of
pocket
class.
that book, right?
Big book.
He did.
Okay, good.
He gave you a
Good.
textbook.
Yep.
I would make sure
I'll
you
be I'll
definitely
be reading
check
it thoroughly.
Yes.
Yes.
I still remember what happened to the last student who was given the book and came back.
What
I used
happened?
to
What
nap
happened?
in his class.
Oh. Let's just say he had a very interesting first mission.
I'm sure you got this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I'll,
believe you
I'll
have
read
the
it
ability
thoroughly.
to at least read it. Understanding, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm half. Yeah.
I wake up in the middle of the night.
Hmm.
Don't worry about
You'll be able to read half of it at a time.
Piss, I rented myself out.
Yeah, one eye off. That's true. Anyway,
Well, I'm going to, I guess, find a spot to actually have a proper meal, not just bread rolls. If you all wish to join, you can.
There should be meals
I
on the
that's
counter.
not too bad.
I should probably start reading the thing.
You should. You definitely should. Where did he go? He's going that way. Okay.
Would you like me to carry you inside, Hanako?
It's okay.
Alright.
I'm just going to say that Samuel went into his room to rest so that I can go to sleep.
Oh, good. You have a good rest of your night.
Alright.
Just imagine
Just
there's
because
there's help
sometimes
behind
I
it,
have
etc.
this- Just. Can you stop paying attention to how my eyes don't do normal things when I'm almost passing out?
No. I'm sorry, but it's more of something I just do. Can't really stop.
Hmm?
But yeah,
I have to mess with you at least
Just have to
once.
say- no, I'm glad I gave. Whatever. I'm just gonna have a normal steak.
How come every single time Riri goes to sit at a table, y'all sit at a different table? That's very rude.
I didn't notice that.
He
I
sits at
just
the
said-
table that y'all were
I
sitting
stood
at
with
the
that
other
one to
time,
mess with him.
I am. Those different too. Yeah, you're right.
and then y'all sit at the
You
table
know-
that
you
he
know-
was
you know,
sitting
you're
at the
right.
last time.
Yeah, you're right.
Not trying to.
It's okay, Hanako. I do not take it personally. You know, I'm used to being alone most times.
We're here now.
Yeah, but it rude.
Gotta
We're not trying to be rude at all.
sandwich.
Come on,
Yes,
Hanako.
you
Cheer
got
up.
you got a sandwich.
Put you in your usual spot. Think I need to back up, I think. Maybe?
No.
Okay, good.
So how did it go? The mission? Anything really normal?
Pretty much in the normal. The only thing that was very different this time was I found a patch of wolfsbane, which is not common in this area.
Horseman.
So most likely some kind of bandit group who decided to plant it in the area. Would have been very
That
dangerous
bad
if people didn't know what the herbs they were picking up and mixing it in with the medical.
Yeah, it would be bad.
But even if it is a poison, it can still be used medically if known what to do with it. And wolfbane can be very expensive.
True. Let's see. Well,
She just sets the plush on the table.
I did want to know, so how do, I guess, do you just sign up for any missions that are on the board, or?
Well, most of the time, the process is very simple of just taking claim. I mean, signing up for a mission and make sure the party members is on the ticket. It's a very much a first come, first serve. However, you must always have more than 2.
More than 2? Well, that's simple. Well,
As well as, you must get the okay from the actual guild owner themselves.
Alright then.
For if he does not believe you can handle the mission, he will always deny you.
That makes sense.
I believe he should be making an appearance at least next week. But right now he is very much away and doing business. That's why none of you have actually been able to see him.
I'm going
Yes,
to
that's
go
fair.
and catch up on sleep that I lost last night.
Of
Understood.
course.
I definitely would sleep, for I heard rumbling that Rook is preparing tomorrow.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
And it's the main reason why I had to go
You're
get
right.
medical herbs.
Oh no.
That's good to know.
Yes,
That's good, yeah.
I have plenty of abundance.
I prepared not to see you for at least a month.
I'll make sure you're. I'll try and make. I'll make a talisman for it.
That one will make sure I actually rest properly. It's fine.
Yes, though. I will. Ugh, I'm gonna have to take notes for you.
Though, by
Well,
the
you
sound
missed
of how
class.
Rook is
Would you?
laughing, but how the sound of Rookner's laughter when I ran into him, it very much sounds like tomorrow will lead to him being punished in some way. So definitely look forward to it, all of you.
Sounds fun.
Because you said, I think I heard you mock me. That's very rude.
That wasn't me mocking you. That was me thinking.
I
He
watched
bears
Don't worry,
you
he's
very
weird.
well, Hanako.
Yeah, don't worry.
These people
He can be
seem very
a-
nice and kind.
To it.
I mean,
I'm looking
Okay.
forward to the.
Lizzo over there made sure to put on a very funny show for us yesterday in the tailor shop.
Oh, yes,
The whole kingdom knows of it.
without his pants.
That's alright.
I'm sorry if I offended you in any way, Hanako, but I'm going to go ahead and go.
Get
I'm
rest
looking
while you
forward to
can.
Tomorrow.
That day was very eventful, but don't worry.
Oh, and
Right?
Lotus,
You would not have to pay for the fur pelt
Yes.
that led to being burnt. Due to your own
you
actions.
want to take before I leave.
That was me.
Nope. Dignified.
You're just going to get back at me later. I know it.
Absolutely.
Don't remind me of the 3 words.
Of course. Alright.
I most likely will have to make sure my acupuncture needles are also ready for tomorrow.
Yes, I'm going to probably make some simple. Well, I'll make some talismans for him. Well, he deserves to get what he's coming to him. I don't want him to get too badly hurt.
It's
I don't-
too late for that.
Well, that's why I said too badly. He's gonna get hurt, I know it.
All we can do is hope that they do not end up in a body bag.
Oh yeah, that's the point of making talismans.
In the morning, I'll make sure to go tell Daddy about it.
Oh, a good thing to do is to also get his measurements.
Oh yeah, just in case.
Talon's measurements.
Yes, for the coffin, just in case.
What are you laughing about over there? This is serious talk.
Yeah, no, I doubt.
would have already tried to, like, talk to at least a teacher about it.
I don't think he'll end up in a coffin. Plus,
Anyway, I want cookies.
I mean, to be fair, the Queen's magic is very strong when it comes to healing. However,
Mommy on a business trip.
Yes.
I believe Gia is also on a trip as well. So, people being able to control Rook is very slim right now. As well as the Majesty most of the time is busy.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure if he knows I'm gonna be there, that might be it. I don't know.
Yes.
Hiya, what?
I mean, there's not much I can really do. The most I could do, which would honestly not be smart of me, would be to join him in the friendly duel. That's how I can make sure he's all 100%, but he's alive. But I don't feel like getting beat up by a professor. Not now.
If
Not
you
in
do
my
join
first
the
week.
fight, just make sure you also give me your measurements as well.
Ugh.
I will make sure I have 27 needles.
I'm pretty sure Wawa won't go too hard if I'm there.
I still remember when I fought him. Every rib in my body was broken. It was definitely a learning experience.
Ugh. Well, fair enough.
Everyone
Yeah,
set time
just
for
hope-
night.
I hope I get. I probably will.
Well,
But that's
It's
definitely
something
gonna
to
have
do
to be a
next time.
role thing.
About what? What role thing?
Pebbles.
Oh, petals, yeah.
See how effective they are tomorrow.
either way, I will most likely be heading to at least try and get some sleep before watching Tal's fight. When get the talismans ready. But it was nice talking with all of you. I will see you
It's
all.
a pleasure
in the
as
morning.
always, Lotus.
Of course. I'll see you later.
Please prepare very well. I do not want to lose a friend so soon.
Neither would I. Neither would I.
Yes.
It's quite late.
Should we turn in early, Hanako?
The
See you tomorrow.
cookie!
We can always grab a sleeve of cookies for you, so you can have it at the castle.
Okay.
Do you want your coconut ones or the cherry blossoms?
Cherry bottom.
Okay. Do you want to walk to the castle this time? Or would you like me to carry you?
Too far.
Too far. Understood. Picks you up. Puts it on, like as always.
Can we not?
Actually,
Go
no,
too
what we're gonna
far.
do? On shoulders.
Shoulders. Hell yeah.
Actually.